welcome to our Skills Futures April Challenge, where today myself and Ally will be creating some beautiful flowers using simple supplies from the dollar store to celebrate as we start spring. We invite you to watch along with us and hopefully gain some inspiration because we'll be challenging you to create your own flowers for the chance to win a SCNL prize pack, including a $20 gift card of your choice and some SCNL swag. So without further ado, let's get crafting. So some materials that you'll need for today is just some tissue paper. We got a bunch of different colors here so we can make some pretty flowers. Have some of these wires. We just got these at the dollar store. We got some tape, glue, scissors, and of course some little Easter eggs because we want to make ours super Easter.
Alright, so for this project, we're going to be taking inspiration from a ton of different types of flowers to build our bouquets. For you guys, you can either follow along with the flowers that we're making, or you can be creative and think of your favorite flowers and take inspiration and kind of build your own different species of flowers. So when we're looking at how to create our flowers, we're going to keep it super simple and break it into 3 simple pieces. So when you think of a flower, you have the main center of the flower, you have the petals, and then you have the stem. So for this activity, we're going to be starting with the center of the flower. So different types of flowers have all different types of centers to them. So if you think of a daisy versus a daffodil, they have 2 very different centers. So we're going to work on how to create these 2 different middles to our flower. So for this piece, me and Cassidy are going to be building 2 different types of flowers. I'm going to focus on building some beautiful daisies.
And I'm going to make some peonies.
I don't have the yellow paper I would usually want for the middle of a daisy, so I'm actually going to go ahead and use orange instead. A daffodil.
I actually don't have any yellow paper either, so I'm going to use orange as well to make the center of mine. Of course, different flowers have different centers. So for my center, the center of a peony kind of looks like a bunch of little strings, I guess, coming out of it. So it's pretty simple. We're just going to put together like 4 or 5 little sheets cut in half, and we'll take our stem and just wrap it around. And if you want to make a really cool effect, you could just have some lines in it. So it looks more like a flower and not paper.
Alright, and for a daisy, it's pretty simple. If you've ever seen a daisy, they just have that nice round flat center. So all I've done is taken a piece of tissue paper and just scrunched it up all nice and neat until I made a little circle.
See, I have mine here. So I just put it on the edges of the stem. It kind of looks a little bit like a middle flower now. Starting to come together. I'm just going to put a little bit more tape on it. It's pretty loose, so you want to make sure that they're on there really good. Next we need to create petals for our flowers. So similar to the center, all petals can be different for different types of flowers. So to make sure to plan how you'll cut out your petals based on what type of flower you're creating. So I have a peony, so these petals are kind of, they don't have like a certain shape. We're just kind of gonna do whatever you think looks good. And then Ally's might look a little different, but yeah, that's okay.
I'll be doing a daisy, so my petals are going to be more long and oval shaped. So I'm going to bend over my paper and cut a bunch of different ovals in so I can make a ton all at once and then tape them around my main stem. So if you're having trouble figuring out what colors you want to use for your flowers, one place you could look for inspiration is actually the color wheel. So the color wheel is a tool that a lot of different skilled careers would use, like designers, so they're using this in their daily jobs. So the color wheel helps you to find color combos that would work best for different projects, so for your flowers. So 2 ways to look at this color wheel are either by looking at analogous color combos, which would mean selecting colors that are right next to each other. So that would mean something like what I'm doing. I'm picking a bit of a red orangey color, so the next color that would kind of come next to it would be that red into that pink. So I'm using this analogous color combo. Meanwhile, Cassidy is using a complementary color combo. So that means using colors that are right across from each other on the color wheel. So that would be the orange and the blue colors. So by using the color wheel, we can make sure that we're picking beautiful colors that will work perfectly for our flowers. So like I said, daisies have a bit of an oval shaped petal. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting a bunch of little ovals out of my tissue paper. If you can see here, they kind of look like fingers here, but they won't be once they're on the flower. But these are going to help me form the petals so I can wrap them all around my flower all at once.
Cutting out the petals will be the longest part of this project, so what we recommend you do is either cut them all in one straight line like Ally did, and then you can easily wrap them around your flower, or cut out all of your petals at once like Cassidy did, and then glue them all together.
The last part we need to add to our flowers is our stem with leaves. So obviously we already have our stems in here because this is what we built our flower on. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna add some leaves to make it look a bit more realistic. We have two different color greens. So we have a dark and a light. I like the dark green, so I'm gonna use this one. You can totally use
I
your
use
light.
light green.
There you go. Ellie's gonna use light. So all you're gonna do is kind of cut out in your tissue paper a leaf shape. So of course all these are different shapes. So if they're all a little bit different, it's no big deal. So I have two leaves here, and Ellie's still working on hers. And we're just gonna again paste them on our stem.
And you guys can be creative when it comes to how you're creating these. If it's easier for you to use glue or tape, or even if you want to use a bit of extra wire to wrap around and make your own leaves, that is totally okay. This project is really loose and creative, so we want to see what you come up with.
Yeah, so like I have one leaf right here. That one's up pretty high. Honestly, I'll probably add another one up here, a couple down here, just to give it some contrast and not look like just a plain stem. But like you said, you can do whatever you like. So while we're working on our flowers, I'm going to take a little second to talk about the skills for success we used today. So first, of course, we used adaptability. So we had to change our plan a few times during the project due to maybe not having the right color or not having the exact material. But we made it work. So being adaptable means that even though not everything went exactly how we planned, we still overcame it and we still made something beautiful. So next, we had to use creativity and innovation. So during this project, we had to be creative and innovative when it came to figuring out how we use these basic materials to create flowers. So, choosing what colors we want, what kind of flowers we want, even towards the end of the project, when you want to take it and make it into something bigger. That's really creative. Finally, myself and Ally used collaboration as we worked side by side and helped each other as we built our projects together.
Yay! Yay! So as well, while we were doing this project, we actually mimicked some different skilled careers that you would see in real life. So the first one would be a graphic designer. So graphic designers work to create layouts, color schemes, graphics, and more for the clients that they work with. And one thing that they use while they're doing this is the color wheel. So of course we used the color wheel while we were doing our projects, kind of mimicking some of the work that they would do when picking out the colors they want to use to make sure that they complement each other best when they're doing work for their clients.
Another really cool job that uses the color wheel, Ally, is a fashion technologist. Someone who makes clothes, which I guess is kind of like a graphic designer too, right?
Yeah. There are lots of skilled careers that would actually use the color wheel and benefit from this type of thing. It could also be something like 3D digital game art. So when you're trying to make these cohesive layouts and these cohesive scenes, something like the color wheel might help you out.
Yeah, for sure.
There's tons of different skilled careers that would use something like that. So secondly, we mimicked the work of landscaping gardeners. So landscaping gardeners work really closely with all different sorts of plants, including beautiful flowers, of course, when it comes to making sure their projects are perfect for their clients. So we mimicked their job when creating our beautiful flowers.
So here's our finished flowers. Ally has her daisy, and I have a peony. So of course you can make more than one flower. You can make a big bouquet, like we have here. You can make a wreath, or you could even make a flower crown that you can wear on your head. So thank you so much for watching us today. We hope you had fun and gained some inspiration for your own challenge. Like I mentioned before, this is a contest. So if you submit your photos of any type of flower you build to this email on screen, you'll be entered to win our April contest prize draw, which includes a $20 gift card of your choice, along with some awesome skills swag. We are so excited to see your creations. Until then, happy spring and Easter from the Skills Canada NL office.
Bye!
Bye!